Keep Your Romance Alive Part 2. The Attraction Factor. Many times after a couple has been together for a while, one or both partners fail to take care of their appearance. Instead of dressing nicely and putting on makeup, she lounges around the house plain-faced and in sweats. He doesn't bother to shave on the weekends. When you do this, you are sending a message that being attractive to your partner is no longer important. You are taking him or her for granted. If you were trying to impress a new partner, you certainly would work harder than you are. So, do no less for the person you love. As we age, we have to work harder at keeping up appearances. But that doesn't mean that it isn't worthwhile to color the gray, work out to maintain your weight, and do what is necessary to make yourself attractive. Additionally, sometimes grooming habits can become sloppy when someone becomes comfortable with a partner. A man might not brush his teeth every night, or a woman might skip shaving her legs for days. Doing these basic things is a requirement in every relationship. Having said this, it is important for people to know that they are still attractive as they age. Men need to know that losing their hair doesn't make them any less a catch. But women are especially vulnerable to the ravages of age. You need to let your partner know that you still find him or her attractive after all of this time. Tell them in words and show them in touch. After a woman has a baby, she wonders whether a man can find her attractive. She's put on weight, now has stretch marks, and her breasts are baby-chewed. Is it any wonder that she's reluctant to jump back into bed? While hormones can play a part in a woman's reluctance to take up sex again after a baby is born, a woman's insecurities are also at play. After your wife has had a baby, make sure you let her know that you find her beautiful and sexy. Couples who talk about sex are half as likely to have an affair. It's not enough to be getting laid occasionally. Sex takes up only the briefest portion of our lives. But there's no limit to the amount of time we can spend talking about it. You regularly talk about work, the kids, bills you need to pay. But, in our slightly puritanical culture, we often don't put sex on our regular conversation list. For a relationship to succeed, you have to have an open line of communication and be able to talk about anything. Poor communication can destroy any relationship. Talking about sex can be sexy. It's a wonderful thing to reminisce about the good times. But there are times when you need to talk about the problems in your sex life. If you are not enjoying sex, you need to let your partner know that too. When you talk about sexual problems in your relationship, be careful not to criticize your partner. This is an issue for both of you, and fault does not lie with one party. It is something you need to work on together. You shouldn't be pushy about the issue. Make sure that your spouse has had the time to digest what you have told him or her before you bring the issue up again. You need to be a good listener. While you may perceive a problem one way, your partner may have an entirely different take on the matter. You probably aren't the only one to perceive that there is a problem, but your spouse may not have been able to bring the subject up. Once you have opened the door, they may be able to comment on it. And you may find that it is you that has the problem.